Okay, guys, out here today to do some more demo, and because it was such a nice day, we wanted to get out here and just get some footage of the water because it looks so nice behind us. Plus, it's a lot warmer in the sun than it is in the shade. And I have with me today the greatest real estate agent in the world who helps you find a house and also helps you work on it. And full disclosure, she's also my niece, and she's my favorite niece. And if any of my other nieces are watching this, that's not true. You're the favorite. So, anyway, I thought it'd be good to stop talking about the house for a little bit to a degree, and then talk to Ebony about certain things that you should know about real estate. First of all, maybe you should tell them who you work for or what your business name is, and then I can put it on the screen there for them.
Sure. So I'm Ebony Allen. My company is Gold Brick Homes, which is actually out of the brokerage Home Smart Real Estate. I do have to put that in there. And I've been licensed for almost 5 years in August. And I help buyers and sellers in the Tacoma-Puyallup area. And I got the privilege of helping my uncle buy his first house.
Privilege.
A water view house that he's been looking for forever. And they waited for the perfect house, and we were able to get it in a very competitive market. So,
all right. So
are you happy?
Yeah. Oh, so far. I think when we get to the point where we're putting it back together, I'll probably be a lot happier. But right now, as you can hear, it's just a lot of tearing apart. So, why don't you talk a little bit about what somebody should be looking for when they're buying a house?
Okay, when they're looking for a house, know what you want, know what you're okay with, like not getting, and make sure you have all your ducks in a row. This is a competitive market, despite what you've heard as far as prices taking a bit of a dip from previous years. That part is true, but it's still a competitive market, and you need to be ready to make an offer. You need to be ready to jump. A lot of things I hear is that, you know, people don't want to compete. They don't want to bid up the offers. They don't want to do all of that. Well, to be quite frank, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you are in the market to buy a house, it's a good time for your family, and you know what you want. You know, you need to be ready to do what you have to do to get that house. So having a good lender is on your side, and a good real estate agent. So a lot of people don't know, when you buy a house, you don't have to pay us as real estate agents. That comes from the commission fees that that the seller pays, and that listing agent splits it with the buyer's agent if they bring a qualified buyer who closes the deal. So yeah, where we're at right now, there's still lack of inventory, but it's a little bit better than it was in the previous years. So if you were thinking about buying a house and now you feel like it's a good time, this would be the time to get a move on, and you can give me a call.
All right, and I'll put a link in the description too. Aside from putting stuff on the screen, I'll put a link down in the description too, so you can get right to her. So if they're also, in my situation, we bought a house, but we're also going to have to sell a house. So what do people need to know about getting their house ready to sell, or what the market's like?
Right. So in the past couple years, because the Tacoma, Pierce, and King counties were so hot, you could pretty much put anything on the market and it would sell quickly, and a lot of times over list price. Some stuff would sit for various reasons. Could be due to the condition of the house, the lack of marketing on in terms of the listing agent, or even just the price. So even in a hot market, the most important thing is you still have to get the right price. And you have to have the right marketing. A lot of the marketing comes just from putting it on the MLS, that is true, but it does take the right listing agent to do more than just put it on the MLS and sit and wait and hope that the right buyer comes along. With the right listing agent and the right marketing, you can attract the buyers that you would want, who are going to be able to follow through on their offers and be able to look over contracts with you, explain what it all means, and tell you who appears to be, you know, a really good buyer. And who isn't, who's competitive, who, according to what they've shown, looks like they can close the deal. That's important, because you're not a seller if you don't have a buyer. You know, you won't be a seller if you can't get your house sold in the right way.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is that I know there's a trend towards trying to do stuff yourself online. I don't know that I would have wanted to go through this without an agent, because there's so many things that I don't know that an agent's able to explain. And then I think too, the communication between the seller's agent and the buyer's agent, you know, like you had gotten some information from him about, you know, what their client would probably like as a good offer that would be good if we offered it. So we already kind of knew going in, you know, we got a good shot at this. So I think there's I mean, obviously, I work in IS for a living. I love technology, but I still think there's something to be said for just the quote-unquote old-fashioned having an agent at your side that's able to do all that stuff for you.
Yeah, nothing will ever replace the human element or the human brain. And I'm willing to say things that other agents may cringe at. You don't have to use a real estate agent to buy or sell a house. You don't have to, and you might even be able to successfully do it without a real estate agent. But for the most part, people would like someone on their side, because a buyer's agent enters into a buyer agency agreement with their buyer to protect them and their interests, and we're bound by Washington state statutes, statutory law, to work in their best interest. Same for a listing agent. They represent the seller. So the only thing I could relate it to so that people would understand the importance of having a real estate agent to help you is, if you were in a car accident, there's an attorney who's going to represent the at-fault party and the attorney who's going to represent the supposedly not at-fault party. Obviously in buying and selling there aren't at-fault parties, but you see the separation, and you need that separation for a number of reasons, liability, confidentiality, and just someone that is working in your best interests, is on your side and will advocate for you.
Yeah, all right.
And keep the deal together. Can I add that? I'm going to add this. As a seller, it can be very easy to feel confident and think, well, I'm the one with the house, I have the upper hand, I have all these buyers who want to come to me, they want my house. That's great. But the most important thing, once you do have an excellent buyer and a contract that's put together, a mutual contract, is to keep the deal together. Things can go sideways, things can get uncomfortable, things can just get to a point where you may feel like, whatever, I'll just rip the Band-Aid off, get a new buyer, no big deal. You will lose money by putting your house back on the market. The best thing for both parties is to keep the deal together and work through the issues in a professional manner, so that preferably everything comes out as a win-win.
See, that's why I can't do it, because I'm very unprofessional.
Yeah, it's easy to get emotions involved. And
Yeah.
even I, as a real estate agent, will just be like, "Rah!" because I feel passionately about whoever I'm representing. So, but really the best for everybody is to keep the deal together.
All right. I think it's all very good info for everybody, especially as you might say we're approaching the time of year when people start looking to buy and sell, at least more frequently. So I just thought it'd be good to give you another look at the whole process of this, and listen to somebody else talk besides just me, since I'm usually the one doing the talking. But anyway.
And something I want to add.
You go, girl.
You'll see it on the internet because people ask it all the time. So there's tons of blog articles, and what do I want to say? Yeah, tons of blog or website articles that say, when's the best time to buy? When's the best time to sell? You know when the best time is? When you are ready. That's the best time. There's always going to be houses to buy or sell in the dead of winter, because there's always will be someone who needs to buy a house or who has to get rid of their house. So when you're ready is the best time.
All right.
So there you go.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for bringing coffee. Thanks for chucking wood into the dumpster. We'll catch you guys next time.
Adios.
Cool. Man, that was really professional. We should be on some kind of cable channel. So I'm going to ask you.
Is it recording?
It is, yeah.
Hi, this is Ebony from Goldbrook Homes, and I'm here at Demo Day with my client, who's also my uncle. It's been fabulous.
Oh, we're like HGTV up in here.
So,
all right.
We're in Dash Point, Washington. It is a beautiful day. Beautiful. To tear out walls.
Auditioning for the television
Can you hear
show.
us? Over the grinding in the background? This is a beautiful waterfront. No. Okay. This is a beautiful water view home in Dash Point, Washington. It's freezing out here.
Don't be trying to sell it now. I already got this place.